Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is 007JK, and I am here with a brand new video for you all. I'm recording Random Dice Defense. So, I've seen this game played on a YouTuber's channel, JeromeASF. Go check him out. He's a great YouTuber. I saw him playing this game, and I thought, I want to kind of try this game out myself. So, I downloaded it, and I really like this game. So, I'm gonna bring you guys with me on a journey of just a bunch of PvP and stuff. So, I hope you guys do enjoy this game. This game is really fun, and I highly recommend getting it. It's Random Dice Defense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my deck, and it shows you all the dice that you have. This is a tower defense game, and you have a bunch of dice that you can choose from. I have one team where I have an iron dice on my team. I also have time dice, which is a legendary, mighty wind dice, which is a unique level dice, berserker dice, which again is unique, and a laser dice, which is unique. You have 4 different tiers. You have common dice, which are right here. You have rare dice, which are the blue ones. The pink ones are unique, and the yellow ones are legendary. So after playing a little while, as you open up chests, you'll get different kinds of dice, and you'll be able to look up what they do. Like, for example, the iron dice deals double damage to bosses. Its aim prioritizes ones with the highest HP. So if you have only iron dice, it's only going to be hitting ones with highest HP. So if you have a ton of enemies on the battlefield, it's only going to be hitting the strongest one, not the one closest to the end. So it could be good. So it's good, but not the best. However, its basic damage, this one is level 7. It's got 160 base damage and 1 attack speed. But there are different ones, like the burn dice. It's level 6, has 35 basic attack, so a lot less. 7.5 attack speed, so it's a little bit quicker, and it does burn damage and it targets the front one. I have put together a deck of dice that I think is absolutely hilarious. The main dice is the gear dice, connects to adjacent gear dice, so any dice that's next to it, it'll boost it. Attack damage increases per connected gear dice. The attack increases per connected dice is 3.4%. 1 second attack speed, but it does 210 attack damage. So pretty good. All the rest of my dice are dice that will randomly turn into different dice. This one will randomly turn into a random number and a random dice. This one will increase by 1 number and then turn into a random dice. This one will either increase by 1 number or decrease by 1 number and turn into a random dice. If it's already at 1, the lowest number, it will just disappear. This one can swap places with anything of the same dot count. So I can swap around dice to get near the gear dice. I'm going to show you guys kind of how the battle arena works with my normal set. So we're going to go into PvP, just a normal quick match, just to see how things go. And I've played this quite a bit, so I am a little bit higher tier. Like, I think tier 2 is what I am. Just because I've played this a lot. So what do you have here? Okay, so you have SP, which is your mana, essentially. I summon a dice, and it takes the SP to summon the dice. So I can summon a few dice. Now, I have 3 of the same kind of dice, with 1 dot. Any dice that are the same dice in the same dot count, you can combine. So that's now like tier 2. That's the thing, what you just saw, is it turned into a laser dice instead of a tier 2 berserker dice. Every time you combine dice, it changes into a random different kind of dice. So with these dice, I can also power up a certain type of dice. So since I have 3 laser dice, I can use SP to level up my laser dice to be even stronger and even more powerful. But if I combine another laser 2 dice with this laser 2 dice, I could get a level 3 legendary dice, say. And then I lose the buff that I gave it from leveling it up. So you do want to combine dice to get them to higher tiers. However, you want to be careful about it. And there's also quite a bit of luck that happens with this as well. And I forgot what my legendary dice does. Increases attack speed of opposing dice that are less or equal in co-op. Increases attack speed. Okay, so it decreases their attack speed, but in co-op it would increase their attack speed. So I'm just going to spend a crap ton to get a crap ton of these dice. Just combined a bunch of them. Let's see what I get. So we have a lot of wind dice, so I'm going to increase my wind dice a little bit as well. So we have some berserker dice. Each boss does something different. There's 3 different bosses that I've unlocked so far. Snake summons other dice as it comes out. The silence locks dice so they cannot attack. Okay, and then the knight swaps what dice they are. So, it makes it really interesting. So it looks like I have a few berserker dice, so I can level up my berserker dice as well. So, let's see. We'll see how far we get. The opponent has, looks like Reaper dice, the random dice. Looks like he has wind dice, but I don't recognize all the dice he has. There's some dice that I haven't unlocked. Actually, quite a bit, because I am a little bit of a lower tier, I think. I'm only, I think, a tier 2. So this looks somewhat decent. I am slowing down his attack speed, but it looks like his side of the battlefield is doing okay. Whereas my side, it looks like I'm struggling a little bit more than he is. So, let's see if we can get lucky here. Oh, it looks like, okay, we have 3 health. If 3 of them get through, we die. The bigger one gets through, it takes away 2 health. So it looks like we lost there, unfortunately, and we lost 6 trophies, or our ranking system, essentially. And so this is basically a pure PvP game, almost. There is a co-op mode that you can do with friends or random people, so you can work together to get as far as you can. Oh, it looks like I am a class 3, so I didn't realize that, but it does look like I am a class 3. So now that you guys kind of get the gist of it, I'm going to use my random set of dice and just see how far we get. I love this set of dice because it adds to the random factor, and if it gets good, it can do really well. I've won quite a bit with this deck, actually, and lost quite a bit with this deck. But I love it because it's just so random. There's no guarantee that you are going to win or lose. I absolutely love this deck. So, we're going to get quite a few there. Okay, so we got the Snake Boss. Snake Boss is probably the easiest boss to get. So it looks like we have 2 random ones that could grow. This one right here could possibly break and completely disappear. These 2 swap, yep, like it just did. These 2 will swap places with any dice of the same dice count. So I'm going to actually combine these 2. So now I can swap places with this one. So it looks like we got another one that could crack, or it could go up and give us a random dice. So it looks like we got 2 of those. So I'm actually going to combine that so when it does crack, it won't actually disappear. But yeah, as you can see, our attack power right now really isn't the best. But these 2 will constantly change into different dice. So these random ones, after a certain amount of time, you can see they're slowly like filling in. So after that amount of time, they will change. But it looks like we may lose this battle already. So, okay, so yeah, it looks like we're probably going to lose this round. And that's the beauty of the random dice. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose horrifically. Sometimes you just can't get the build up in time. I want to try a little bit. I want to show you guys a good run of this random deck and how good it actually can be. Because it can be pretty good with the gear dice. I think I just got bad luck on the randomization. And that's okay. Sometimes you get pretty bad luck. Sometimes you get pretty good luck. So, who knows? See right there, I just got a gear dice. So I'm going to combine those 2. Okay? So the gear dice is going to do a decent amount, because it does a lot of damage. I'm actually going to increase the power of the gear dice as well. That's the only one I ever level up, is the gear dice. Because all the rest of them will eventually turn into the gear dice, or that's my hope, essentially. Okay, so we got some more random dice. We're going to level up our gear dice a little bit more. Ooh, we got this one so we can swap places with that one, get it a little bit closer to the gear dice. Okay, we got a couple of level 1s. So that's a level 3, so I'm going to get that one close to the gear dice as well. So yeah, I swapped places with that one to get it closer to the gear dice. Okay, no, those 2 are right next to each other, and I have 7 now. That's the beauty of the random dice. They can turn into a random number. And the more numbers they have, the lot faster they shoot. So the gear dice has an attack speed of 1 second, essentially. But because there's 5 of them, all 5 of them attack at 1 second each. So it's like every second it gets 5 attacks. Or something like that. So, and since they're next to each other, they start spinning. So that means they're actually going to do a lot of damage. Now this one right here is actually going to be pretty useless. So I'm actually going to swap places with that one right there. Okay. Here comes the snake. Sneaky, sneaky, sneak. I'm actually going to swap place with that and that. There we go. And now we have another one. Ooh, I can combine those two. Another gear dice. There we go. So you can see this deck actually builds off itself quite well if you get the luck for it. If you don't, you just get wrecked. And sometimes the knight will really, really mess you up because it will swap a lot of dice. However, it's a slight counter to it because all the dice it changes to are random dice and they'll eventually change back into the units. So I'm going to combine those two as well. Now, once it gets to a tier, see this is a tier 6, this right here is a tier 7. Once it gets to tier 7, it can't combine it. So this one is kind of stuck where it is, just switching with tier 7s essentially, which can be problematic. See, I could combine these two level 5s, but I'm not going to because it could turn to a 6 of this one. And then I can't really do anything other than combine it with this one. And then it might turn to another one of these. See, the level 1s of these are the best because they can only go up. This one can go up or down, most likely down because it's such a high level. But the higher level it is, the quicker it transforms. And it looks like we won! There we go. So we lost 18 trophies within those first two battles, and we gained 20 trophies. So we came out on top +2. I'm assuming the higher tiers we get to, the more trophies we'll lose, and losing is going to be a much bigger hindrance to us. But that's kind of Dice Defense. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, be sure to hit the like button down below. Comment down below what else you want me to do. What are the games you'd like me to play on my phone? Because I just barely figured out how to record on my phone, and I hope the editing goes well. I've had a lot of trouble with the chroma key, so we'll see how well that works. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. As always, take care, everyone. Have an awesome day.